Hey, what's going on YouTube? So it's Nathan back here with another one, bringing to you a new video. So today we're back here on the Amazon Fire Stick, and I do want to bring you some tips on what you can turn off right now on your Amazon Fire Stick to improve the experience. Especially if you're not aware, there are quite a few updates to the Amazon Fire Stick, and one of them pertains to these big background banners that play automatically on the front page of your Amazon Fire Stick. If you don't like that, I can show you specifically where to go and change those settings. That way it doesn't play automatically and it just kind of stays where it's supposed to be, out of sight and out of the way. So that's what I want to go over today. So we're going to head right over to the settings. We're going to head straight over to the settings, and once we're on settings, we're going to head down, and then we're going to go to preferences. Preferences is the area you want to come to turn those big banners off, and that's down here under featured content. Once we click on featured content, you can click on here, and these are both turned on by default, and they automatically play those videos in the background. So those big advertisement banners, they expand full screen and they come on full blast, and you can turn that off. You can turn the video off and you can turn the audio off, and you can do either or. So let's go and turn these off for a better experience. That way we're not bombarded every time we turn on our Amazon Fire Stick or wake it up to those big advertisement banners. So you're going to click the back button. Also, another thing in here, we can scroll up and we can head to privacy settings. We always want to make sure that we're maintaining our privacy, and that means turning off things that we don't want to bombard or take away from our privacy. So device usage data is being collected and then given back to Amazon, and if you don't like that, you can turn it off. They do give you the ability to turn this setting off if you don't want your data collected. So all your usage, what you watch, what you're doing on your Amazon Fire Stick, that's being sent over. So if you don't want that breach of privacy, you can turn that off. And also you have collect app usage data. So this is basically another thing, what you're watching is being provided back to Amazon, and we can turn that off as well. Go ahead and confirm turn off. And then in here, internet-based ads is basically targeting you with targeted ads based on what you click on and what you watch daily. So we can turn that off as well, and we'll turn that off. Alright, so after we've confirmed featured content has been turned off, we've confirmed privacy settings have been secured and turned off, we'll click the back button. We'll come up to applications. It's another button within settings. Click on applications. In here, we just want to come down to App Store specifically, and there's just a few things in here that we can adjust. That way we're not exposing our privacy once again. Also, another thing in here that you would want to turn off or turn on per se, you want to turn off in-app purchases. I know this is a big one for me. If you have kids or anybody who's just grabbing the remote and just clicking buttons, this could potentially cause you a big bill or just a racked up bill over time, just buying certain things within apps without really paying attention. So you want to turn that off. That way you have no accidental purchases. You can also go an extra step while adding parental controls and adding a pin. I can show you that as well. You can also come in here and change the external marketing links. This basically is just random links that pop up or within certain apps, and it wants to automatically open it up. You can specify ask before opening, or you can just say don't open it up at all. So that's definitely convenient, but I just set mine to ask before opening. That way it gives me an option if I want to proceed or not. Also, you can turn off automatic updates on certain apps. So if you don't want updates on any of your apps, it's basically an all or nothing thing. So if you wanted to, you can turn it off completely. That way all your apps stay the same. Unfortunately, you're not getting rid of the bugs or any type of new updates or features that come out with those apps. But sometimes there are specific reasons where we don't want to update a certain app and we want to keep it the same. So that's where you would do it. You would just turn that off, and it's basically all or nothing. It won't update anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep that on, but you can turn it off if you wanted to. Alright, so I'm gonna click the back button. I'm gonna go back again as well. Also within here, preferences, once again, you can turn on parental controls, and basically what this will do is set a password. That way if you want to open up any particular app, you just set this password. Normally I'll just do like 1111 On the Fire Stick, it just makes it simple because every app that requires a parental control, like Netflix or just any app in general, it's going to ask you to put in that password. It can become annoying sometimes, but it does protect you when, if you have little ones around and they're grabbing the remote continuously trying to purchase things, and or just clicking the buttons and accidentally purchase things. That saves you almost every time, 9 times out of 10. So this is where you would set those parental controls. If you want this to pop up on every app launch, it comes in handy. Also, if you wanted to protect purchases specifically, there is a section in here where you can keep that turned on or you can turn it off. But that's going to save you the most when you're trying to protect any type of accidental purchases. You want to keep that turned on. But this is where, if you get annoyed of the prompts of asking you to type in that password on every single app launch, you can turn this off right here, and that will guarantee you a smoother experience. That way you won't have to type it in every time you open an app. You'll only have to worry about being protected when purchases are made. So that's definitely a plus. And also, you can change the password if you wanted to down below. And also, if you're not aware, I did want to show you one more setting that comes in handy. If you're on the 4K Firestick Max, you can come in here under the display and sound settings, and if you wanted to let your screensaver run or let your photos run, like your personal photos run in the background or on your TV, you would do that in the Ambient Experience setting. So if you click on that and open this up, you can come in here and select Ambient Preferences, and then in here there is a button where you can click on Advanced Settings. In here under Advanced Setting, it asks you, do you want to set a timeout on your screensaver or your Ambient Experience mode? And you can actually come in here and set that to never or 8 hours, and your Fire Stick will continuously run your photos or a screensaver or any type of thing on the background. So that's definitely a plus. I showed this in the other video. If I open up the Ambient Experience, this is what it basically looks like. You have these backgrounds running in the background, and this is what it would be. You would simply have a motion screensaver running in the background, and there's plenty to choose from. I showed these the other day, but overall, this should definitely help with a smoother experience on the Amazon Fire Stick, just adjusting these settings alone. And I hope you found this helpful today. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video, and give it a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.